The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. With the way the state of the world is right now, specifically in America, y'all getting mad at people for being too woke is how we ended up getting into the mess that we are in now. That's what I'm gonna say on that. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Hey y'all, it's Hariana back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Hariana. Oh, hold on, let me fix y'all. Okay, I think we got it. Is that better? Is it? No, it's not. Okay, that's better. Hey y'all, it's Hariana back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Hariana. Welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harry's pirate ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got the first mate because you want to know why. Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. No one's worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Hariana, and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Today's video is going to be like a chit chat video. It's going to be a get ready with me video. As you know, that usually when we're in this space, I'm usually doing my makeup and talking. There's nowhere to go because we're literally snowed in at the moment, and I'm also on my period, so I was like, y'all are at home, y'all probably need something to watch because a lot of y'all be wanting y'all little daily dose of Hariana, and I'm here. But I do want to talk a bit about what it's like to be the friend that's too woke, and how a lot of people have just like been coming at me like over the last few years talking about you're too woke, all your content is woke, yada yada yada. Like, I hate what y'all have done to like the word woke though. But once I started seeing that meme going around about the friend that's too woke, I was like, you know what, that's me, and I'm gonna embrace it. But I do want to talk a little bit more in detail about what it is like being that, because I look at a lot of like my material and I was like, oh yeah, that's just who I am. That's just kind of like who I've always been. I've always been someone that's extremely sensitive. I've always been somebody that just cares too deeply. And I've been thinking a lot more lately regarding being the friend that's too woke, and a lot of my thoughts and opinions surrounding the Dan fandom. With the way things have been going with that fan base, it really is concerning. But also, I think I just kind of want to have a discussion about how it's never a bad thing to be too caring about something. Like, I do think that sometimes we can be going overboard about certain things, because I feel as though I have gone overboard about certain things too. It could have been a lot more calm about them, or I could have went about them in a different way or interpreted my words a lot differently. But I don't want to talk about that. But before we get started, I do want to do some shameless plug. My new book, Do Not Call Me Sis. Oh, that's actually the first one. The second part of it is called You Still Cannot Call Me Sis. It's available for purchase. It is a collection of essays that have to do with entertainment, white feminism, fandom, and all the nonsense that have to do with those things. So if you are interested in that, I will have the link to that down below. And then also regarding my shop, because you can only get my books through my website, by the way, and I do that because Bezos is not getting none of my money. I am currently having a buy one get one 70% off sale. I do have a lot of new releases that are coming this spring, so you know, we gotta make some space for new inventory. Okay, we have very limited inventory over here, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, this video isn't necessarily going to be structured. I'd say it's just, you know, a lot of people tell me that you guys like my videos because they're not super duper structured and all that. Y'all say it's kind of like getting on like a phone call with like a friend of yours, and I really do appreciate that for sure. Now, what is the main reason why I wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about this? Well, I've been in the process of making a video talking about like how I'm just not happy with the way fandom, and I mean like fandom in IRL spaces, that meaning like the cosplay community and like the nerd community in general, but specifically the blurred community. And you know, blurred means black nerd. I've been having a lot of frustrations with this space for like the last 2 years, and a lot of that has to do with the saying all skin folk and kinfolk. But a lot of the things that I'm talking about in that video, a lot of people tend to think are not that deep or not that serious, when they have led to literal fucking problems that continue on in our community. And when I did the survey, I felt as though I was being very, very like over explaining. I'd say, like, I hope that made sense, but I was over explaining a lot of my reasonings for questions that I was asking, and a lot of people were like, I don't understand what you're talking about with what's going on here. And I feel like most of the people who responded to the survey were very understanding of where I was coming from. But then, you know, like, you're always going to get people that aren't really like getting where you're coming from, or they feel like you're overreacting, because I did get some smart ass replies to my survey. And I'm not like saying this like to be rude or nothing like that, but it's just like, you say something rude to me, oh yeah, I'm gonna call you out on it right now, right here. But the first thing we're doing, by the way, the makeup look that we're doing, it's like that white eyeshadow look that I be seeing all the white girls wear, and it's actually really cute. And I have been seeing more black and feminine presenting people of color do this look too just as well. So that is what we're doing. I am mixing this L'Oreal foundation, no, it's not L'Oreal, it's a Maybelline foundation, with this Rare Beauty foundation that my sister gave to me because it didn't fit her shade, but it fits me a lot better. So that is what we are going to be discussing. I'm not going under my eyes with this at all. I have been finding like new ways to do my makeup and all of that. I don't even know if I would consider myself to be a makeup guru. I'm just like some black woman that gets on the camera and talks about the things that interest her, and I just so happen to be doing my makeup. But I also don't consider myself a makeup guru because I'm still learning how to do my makeup. Because y'all know I don't really like wear makeup like that. And I kind of really don't wear makeup unless like I'm in cosplay or I'm going to an event. And that's like no shade at all. I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't wear makeup because I think I'm too good to wear it. I'm just still like kind of learning and all of that. But also, I be lazy, I be depressed. I don't be in the mood to take it off sometimes, and at least to be breaking out. But I be watching makeup tutorials all the time, and I'm like, I can try to do that. So that's kind of like a lot of what I've been doing on like my channel lately. But moving back to me being like the friend that's too woke, I feel like if I give you guys a bit of background information on what I'm in school for, then stuff will like start to make sense why it's kind of hard for me to like see things the way other people see them. Because I noticed a lot of people were like talking to me recently, well, more so leaving comments at me recently regarding my opinions about Miraculous Ladybug, and people were like, you thinking too much about it, it's literally not that deep, yada yada yada. But as someone who studies race relations in school, it's kind of hard for me to unsee these problems that not only I see in Miraculous Ladybug, but in a lot of Western animated series, and also in a lot of anime, because anime does have issues with race, and I'm tired of y'all acting like it doesn't. Colorism too, just as well. Okay, that is kind of, I feel like I need to cover that up a little bit. Okay, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and do eyebrows. But for those of you guys who don't know, my major is in English and my minor is in African American Studies. My major wasn't always in English. It used to be theater. I used to be a theater kid, if y'all wonder why I'm so loud. It used to be theater. I changed it to English because it's just a lot better for like the type of life that I have now. It's a lot easier for me to maintain going to school and all of that. But I noticed that I've always been somebody that's really interested in learning about Black history and all of those things just as well. But I started looking through the shows that I watch and the movies I watch and the books I read through a more critical lens, because I was studying African American Studies, and I still am. I'm not taking African American Studies courses this semester because I need a little bit of a break from it at the moment. And I kind of just, the way the state of the world is in right now, I was just like, And this isn't what I'm saying, because I write a lot about race in my writing. Like I said, if you read my books, you know that like literally almost every chapter in there has something to do with race in our society. Y'all, my neighbors, like since the weather has been really cold lately, our neighbors have just been jumping that boombox Like they just keep playing it loud as hell. Like they just keep having little dance parties in there, and I support it because I do stuff like that too. But like, ooh, can we wait till it's like 7 p.m.? But moving back to what I was saying, once I started getting into more and more invested in my major, it really started a lot with our teacher talking about how go back and watch a television show and see if you can pick up on some of the issues with stereotypes, offensive Black stereotypes specifically, that are in these works. So I was like, okay, But I have noticed that it is a bit difficult for me to kind of turn that off when I am watching television now, because once you see it, it is so hard for me to unsee. And I have not watched Arcane yet. It's still like in my watch list. I've been planning to watch it. But it's one thing that I saw happening right now where people were saying y'all were doing too much. And first of all, y'all gonna stop telling Black women that they're doing too much. Y'all always say that shit when we point out genuine concerns about how Black women and just Black represented people in general are represented in our media. That's what y'all not gonna do, fandom. But people were talking about the character named Mel, and they said that they basically did the disposable Black girlfriend trope with her. And shit like that is frustrating because I'm like, why are we still dealing with the disposable Black girlfriend trope? And seeing that the way a lot of y'all will defend the disposable Black girlfriend trope for your favorite ship is concerning. Because even when I talked about how they did that shit in Star versus the Forces of Evil, there were still people over here like, but Star and Marco are endgame. I'm sorry, but them using the disposable Black girlfriend trope to get that shit out was not right. Like, I'm tired of y'all always wanting to be racially insensitive simply because it gets in the way of your favorite ship. Like, little things like that where I'm just like, am I being the friend that's too woke at the moment? Probably. But also, I'm just like, do y'all not realize that your racial biases are making you sound ignorant at the moment? Like, come on. It's just like a lot of those behaviors I have noticed that are like going on in fandom spaces where people of color, because it's not just Black people, especially because I have been doing interviews for this video that I've been working on about how like the cosplay and con community is fucking terrible at the moment. And one of the people that I was talking to, you guys are going to see this in the video, we were talking about how for the longest nobody wanted to bring up the issues regarding race that this community has, and if you do, people will see you as starting a problem. And I have noticed that there are some people that are in the cosplay community, there are people that are in this nerd community and all that literally get turned off from my content simply because I'm like, yeah, we're gonna come here to cosplay, we're gonna come here to dress up, we're gonna have fun and this and that and the third, but we're also going to think critically about the things that we are consuming. But also, I was like, we also do need to think critically about the things that we are doing in these spaces, because I noticed that there were some people who were not happy about what I had to say about how we need to stop having these 18+ parties at these cons and all these cosplay events and all of that. Y'all, I got foundation all over my hand. I need to go watch this. But I said that we need to stop having these 18+ parties and offering alcohol to them, because it's very hard to regulate who is getting that, because you don't know. In the United States, the legal drinking age is 21. Anyone under that age are not legally able to drink, and people don't seem to understand that not only will the person who gave you that drink will get in trouble, but you will get in trouble just as well. Like, it's just a lot of things like that that people aren't seeming to get. And I do sometimes feel as though I am trying to ruin the fun, because it's so hard for me to turn my brain off when it comes to thinking, like, not even more so with race, because when we are in my African American studies classes, we aren't necessarily just talking about race. We also talk a lot about misogyny. We talk a lot about homophobia too, just as well. But we just talk about society in general. and how all of these things tend to intersect. That's why it's when it comes to other issues that are in this community, that's why I've been thinking a lot more and more and more, and I've been getting more and more concerned about our well-being here and what we're doing. But moving back to what I was talking about regarding just being like a very, very caring person that just cares too much. I don't want to give away too much of what I am talking about in the new video, but the new video has been taking up so much of my time, which is why I haven't really been uploading other content here on my channel as much as I would like to. Also, I just got the January blues. It happens to the best of us. But like, there are other moments where I do feel as though I am being, ooh, girl, we already starting off bad. Ooh, let's get it together. Okay, I have been using like this tape to like do my makeup on because it has been helping me be like a lot cleaner with it. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on now. Like, I do understand the importance of wanting to have fun and to have a good time and to engage critically with the media that we are consuming to try to have an understanding of what the creator was trying to do here. But I also think a lot of people kind of use that excuse to, what's the word I'm looking for? They kind of use that think critically thing as an excuse to like, well, this is what this meant, this is what the creator was trying to do, when in reality, when the creator themselves have not stated what they were trying to do, I don't listen. Like, I don't care. Unless they stated themselves what that is supposed to be, it goes in one ear and out the other. Like, if you can't sit here and tell me that this SA scene or this racism scene was supposed to mean something much more, and you're just letting it out there and leaving it up to interpretation and not saying anything, then I'm going to like start having some questions. Because like, I'm tired of having to bring up fucking Dandadan, but the way Dandadan has been affecting fandom, the cosplay community, and cons in general, it has been concerning to the point where I feel as though it's kind of hard to have a discussion with anyone on it. Because I even talked about this like regarding Sam Levinson and Euphoria, and I noticed that when the first season of Euphoria came out, a lot of people were doing that y'all doing too much type thing when it came to us genuinely talking about the problems that were in his work. But when it comes to Sam Levinson, it is just so easy to like dunk on him now, mainly because of how much of an atrocity the idol was. But I noticed that when you try to apply those same issues into like other people's works, you'll have so many other people like trying to sit there and defend them. Because I can mention how we would bring up the issues that happened in Tyler Perry's works, and I have been talking a lot more about Tyler Perry's productions. But if you point out the same problem that happens in somebody else's work, then you'll have everybody like, oh, you just didn't get it, yada, yada, yada. What is so different about what Tyler Perry did opposed to what that same deep love manga that I was ranting about and how much I hated it? What did they do? What they did was not much different. And like I said, that's the thing about being a friend that's too woke. Once you see an issue in one piece of media, it's kind of hard to unsee those things in other places. As I mentioned, I'm working on a video about cosplay and conventions and how the community is just awful right now. Part of the reason why the video isn't done yet, and part of the reason why it is just taking me so long to continue it, is because it's like when I notice that there is one issue, there's something else that somebody has brought to my attention that genuinely is concerning. And to be completely transparent, being the friend that is too woke is exhausting. Like, it is so freaking draining. And while I do think it's important for me to talk about these things, because that's literally what I built my entire platform off of, wanting to, you know, speak up and yada yada yada, use your voice, we're good, all of those things. By the way, this palette is old, y'all. We don't like Lisa Frank in this house. This palette is old. And I'm going to say that creator's name because he is a very popular Twitch streamer. I remember when a lot of people were not happy about my opinions about the slap situation that happened with Will Smith and all of that. And his name is like Agent O, and he didn't like what I had to say about it, which is okay because not everyone's going to fucking agree with me. But it led to like a lot of his followers and a lot of his fan base coming at me and being like, you are too woke, you're annoying, you're this and the third, everything is not that deep, you black women complain about everything. Like, and that situation right there was like really frustrating because it had me kind of overthinking the type of material that I wanted to keep making videos on, because I was like, do I want to keep making videos about social issues? Do I want to keep talking about the race issues that have to do with animation? Do I want to keep talking about these things? Like, I was just getting kind of frustrated. But then also I did have a chat with a lot of like other Black YouTubers that I am in community with. Y'all might know them as like Cornbread too. And I did have this discussion with them saying that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep making this content, because it just seems like more and more people were getting like pissed off with me. And like I said, getting pissed off with me, I noticed that some of my mutuals broke my mutual with me in the cosplay community, because I was talking a lot about like the problems that were there. And they were like, actually, I'm gonna say it, like summarize it the best way they said it, because they didn't say it exactly like this. But they were like, with the way things are at the moment, we need people educating others about the things that are going on. Like, now is the time that we need this. Like, the response that you're getting where people are getting mad at you for talking about, whether it be Miraculous Ladybug or talking about Disney properties and all of that. It's happening for a reason, because a lot of people have been spreading a lot more like alt-right and centrist, because I'm still trying to pronounce the rhetoric. And I feel like a lot of people going off on other creators talking about their being too woke, like I said earlier in this video, is why we are in the fucking pickle that we are in now. Like, that shit is the reason why we are here again. That is the reason why Cheeto Man got elected again. That is the reason why a lot of things that we need for our health care are getting, like, you know, clapped. Like, there is a reason why all of this shit happening now is the way it is. And it was like a lot of creators have been talking about how a lot of us have feel like we have been going backwards, because it felt like we were progressing. It felt like we had come a long way. But I feel as though a lot of people have just gotten sick and tired of thinking critically about everything, and then they want to sit here and find problems. Because I remember somebody said something about, when did fandom get so mean? I noticed that it's just people having an issue with every single last thing, regardless of what it is. Because like I said, being the friend that's too woke, people started acting like that and saying y'all are doing the most simply just to be an asshole. Like, they don't care to learn about why this is an issue. They just see this as an opportunity to be a fucking dickhead, and then they go on with that. Because we can sit here and talk about, like, you know, silly fan art, doing silly cosplays where we like cosplay like Pokemon balls and all of that. And then you'll have that group of people, because usually the same group of people that be over here saying y'all are annoying, y'all are too woke, yada yada yada, they the same ones that complain about people simply wanting to have a good fucking time. Like, I feel like people that act that way are just so difficult to please. Sorry I kind of went off topic and just went on a tangent, but it's just like, I noticed that the people that do act that way, they are the ones that always just simply have a problem with everything. And people sit here and say that people, like, you know, the friend that's too woke, that we have a problem with everything. And I was like, we really don't. Because oftentimes, people that are the friend that's too woke, we don't be complaining about fucking crack shipping. We don't be complaining about people doing fun, simple, harmless cosplays like y'all are, but it be y'all that be doing all that irritating complaining. But I feel like now it is just like getting harder and harder to have conversations with people, and I feel like a lot of people are starting to sit and realize that them wanting to turn their brains off with every single last thing, and I get it. I think we all deserve to should be able to have some mindless fun every now and then. I do think that there are times where we just don't want to think about the issues in our world and just want to have a good time. I get that. There are some days where I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna check the news, I'm not gonna do this and that and the third. I'm just gonna go out and hang out with my friends and just have a good time, because I'm just kind of tired of everything going on in our world. You know what? It kind of looks okay. We're just gonna run with that. By the way, if you wanted to know what this palette is that I am using, it is the fucking Carly Bybel palette. It's pretty old, but it still works. Like, but I'm just kind of laughing a little bit at how people are like kind of surprised that that man got elected again. Like, they're like, how did we get here? We did this and that and the third, yada yada yada. And I'm like, the call coming from inside the house. The call coming from inside the house. Every time you sat there and laughed at a joke about somebody being too fucking woke. Every time you sat here and laughed at a joke that Cheeto Man or Andrew Tate or all of those insult type adjacent dudes have been making. Anytime you sat there and entertained them. Anytime you sat here and excused a lot of these questionable people for their behaviors where they are actively out here hurting fucking people. Anytime y'all have done something like that, that is a contribution to why he's back. That is a contribution to why he's back. And that is why this whole entire week has felt like an episode of the fucking Simpsons. This whole week has felt like the episode of the Simpsons, because at the time of me uploading it, this is when TikTok was supposedly supposed to get banned. And it's back because I kind of had no dog in that fight about that. I shared my thoughts and opinions regarding that on Patreon about why I just kind of didn't really care all that much about TikTok being gone. Like, the only reason why I had cared is because I know a lot of people were losing like a source of income. But other than that, I just kind of really didn't have like a dog in that fight and all of that. Mainly because there was a lot of false information and things like that that got spread on their website. How do I keep forgetting to put the fucking fashion tape on? Like I said, anytime y'all watch these tutorials, it is very much showing. These aren't even makeup tutorials. Anytime y'all watch me do a damn get ready with me, it very much shows. Yeah, Harry is not that great at this. She's not. I was like, there are so many reasons why he got that. Because I know a lot of people were talking about the rise of conservatism with Gen Z. And I was like, yeah, it's because a lot of y'all don't take shit seriously no more. And I don't want to sit here and blame a lot of this on like 2020. Because 2020 really did a lot for my YouTube channel. A lot of the content that I made is like where I am today. And I'm thankful for that. But I noticed a lot of people have been kind of going off talking about how, oh, people making content regarding race and this and that and the third is cringe. People making content about this and that and the third is weird. It's annoying. It's not that serious. And y'all are sounding a lot like those people that be over here saying that they don't think racism exists anymore. Simply because you just want to be like, it's fun media, let me just turn my brain off, yada yada yada. And like, I get that, I understand that, but like, people pointing out a genuine issue with something isn't a problem. And I'm gonna be honest, I will sit here and say that a lot of these behaviors are genuinely concerning, because I even talked about this a bit over the summer of 2024, where I was talking about like, I'm so sick of people over here like, I hate feminism because feminism is the reason why I have to go to work. And I was like, no, like, you are clearly missing the entire point. If it weren't for feminism, you wouldn't be able to type on the damn phone right now. Like, can we think? There we go, we getting there, progress is being made. And I think it's because a lot of us are young and we want to, you know, have a good time and this and that and the third. But when you do bring up, like, okay, I'm gonna have to shut up for a minute. Like I said, when we do bring up that there is a concern, then it's kind of like people are like kind of like shunning you for genuinely being caring. Because I'm not gonna say the name of this entrepreneur, mainly because I don't give him or his business any of the time of day. And I was sad to see that there was a creator that I actually like, but like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know these people, that kind of, you know, enable what he was saying. There was a situation, it's not even a situation, it's more so of an incident that happened with San Diego Comic-Con. And for those of you guys who don't know, San Diego Comic-Con is like, you know, the biggest convention, I'd say, in the United States. It's not the biggest, I'm pretty sure the biggest is New York Comic-Con, but it is like one of like the biggest like pop culture events that happen in the States. And it happened the same weekend as DreamCon, and I am going to be sharing a lot of my thoughts and opinions about DreamCon that a lot of y'all are not going to like. But if you don't like DreamCon, it is a convention that was started by RDC World. I don't know how much they are involved with like the planning and all that shit now because of how big the convention has gotten, but last year it was the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. A lot of conventions do have issues with SA. I have spoken up about that before. And DreamCon is no exception. And a lot of y'all were talking about how safety was a big issue about DreamCon on the survey that I put out, that I had asked you all to fill out. By the way, I am gonna have the survey link down below just in case the people who didn't fill it out still do want to fill it out, because the video is still being worked on, so you still do have time to fill out the survey. But this one creator, like I said, there was issues with SA going on in DreamCon, and like, you know, I feel for the victims. I am so sorry that that happened to them, yada yada yada. But people were using that there was a human trafficking situation that was going on with San Diego Comic-Con, and people were using that as like a gotcha moment for DreamCon. Like, yeah, we might have had an issue with SA over here, but this convention has freaking human trafficking. And I was like, both are bad. Like, are y'all not smart? Like, both of these things are bad, and the lengths that y'all go to defend DreamCon are genuinely concerning. Like, the type of ass that y'all be kissing over there is a contribution to why y'all are never gonna see me at that convention. Because people be asking me, Harry, you gonna go to DreamCon? Absolutely not. I thought the way y'all be acting about that convention and seeing that y'all literally use human trafficking to try and defend the con, I was like, no. But things like that, that's why I'm just like, y'all over here acting like we being too woke about this and the third. That's how rhetoric like that gets spread. Like, people don't sit here and seem to understand that why saying things like that are a problem. Y'all, it actually kind of came out good. Hold on. Okay, this style's still longer than that one, but we getting somewhere. Like, even though, like, I have even noticed that a lot of my brand is like wanting to talk about like education and all that. It has turned me off from like, it has turned, not specifically, okay, let me get my words together. Me focusing my brand so much on education and wanting to help people learn in easier ways and all of that has, like, you know, turned a lot of other people off from what I do. And that's okay, because I'm not for everybody. No one is. I'm mad because it was looking good too, and then I fucked it up. We trying, y'all. We're gonna get there. Let me use the actual real mirror. You know what? I think we just gonna have to keep it like that for now. Okay, y'all, I think this might be the best my makeup has turned out in a minute. We ain't even done yet. Next, we're going to go in with the CoverGirl blush. But as I was saying, like, I have, you know, realized that me being the way I am has turned off other creators from my work. And it is kind of like, it's one thing when it happens over the internet, but because you're not like face to face with these people. But when you see it happen in real time at these events, it kind of feels a little like, okay, all right. But also, I think it has a lot to do with the thing where I've been saying that I'm not for everybody. No one is. And honestly, if you don't like people that are technically the friend that's too woke, then I'm not for you. And that's okay. Because even like with this encounter that I've had with like somebody that I felt like was acting that way towards me, there was some bullshit that ended up coming out later on about them like physically hurting somebody at the con. And I was just like, yeah, don't change the way you are, girl. You're okay. And I say that because I say that me being the way I am, that being like, you know, keep saying it over and over again, being the friend that's too woke, it turns people off for me. And I feel like because it, like the way it turns people off for me, it kind of reads me as like being like a buzzkill, I'd say. Because I even said something where I was looking at this party that people were going to, and I changed my mind about wanting to go because I saw that the age limit was 18 plus. And I was like, if they're gonna be drinks served, then it needs to be 21 up. I don't care. Don't try to argue with me on that. That is just something that I feel too strongly about, because I have seen the problems. Okay, y'all, we're close to being done. Like I said, I didn't want to yap too much. I wanted to have kind of like a cute little hour-long yap session because it's been a minute since I really like gotten on camera. And I do the art commentary videos because y'all know YouTube is my job and I still need to get something posted. But it's like sometimes I just don't be up for getting on camera, and usually when I do like the makeup videos, that makes it a lot easier for me to get on camera because I'm physically like doing something with my hands. almost done. But as you guys can see, nerd don't mean smart. Nerd does not mean smart. Like, nerd community, a lot of these people are dense. And I feel like we have just kind of moved past this notion that nerd means smart, because it most definitely don't no more. Y'all, I actually really like this way this turned out. Okay, we're not done with it, but we almost done. Next, we are moving on to highlighter. I mainly use like the matte Selena, as in like Selena Quintanilla highlight, but I really been liking just like little $3 one from NK Makeup that I got from the damn beauty supply store. Okay, did I get it wet? I feel like I got the thing. That's the thing about $3 makeup. You get what you pay for. You get what you freaking pay for. I do this to myself. Y'all, okay, am I gonna have to scrape it? Scrape the fucking pigment? Okay, y'all, we're getting somewhere now. I don't, y'all, it was cute, and then I don't know what. The highlight is not blending. It's not blending, y'all. I should have used the Selena highlight. I should have. Okay, now I look like a Oompa Loompa low-key. Now I'm looking like an Oompa Loompa. It's okay, I done messed it up. Let's go ahead and put the jewels on since I fucked my makeup up. I don't know, it's very like brat core kind of by the way I do my makeup. By the way, I did not like Charlie XCX's Brat album. And this is coming from someone that used to like religiously listen to Charlie XCX. I did not like Brat. I like the aesthetic of Brat, but the actual album didn't do shit for me. We're on the last step. We are doing the lip pencil, and then the makeup look will be over, and I'll close out the video. I hate when my nose start running while I'm on camera. Like, you could have waited. You could have fucking waited. And I'm taking Megra, the lip gloss from my shop. Remember, buy one, get one 70% off. To complete the look, I am gonna take the fucking bonnet off my head. The bonnet I'm wearing, it's a ghetto bonnet from my shop. Like as in ghetto from Jujutsu Kaisen. I think this one is sold out, by the way. I think I'm gonna take some of the Sukuna lip gloss and put it on top of it. Sukuna, this color is also from my shop. It's sold out though. I can see why it's my favorite, honestly, of the JJK lip glosses that I dropped. Okay, she's almost finished. Let me put this on. Okay, we got that on. We're almost finished. The glasses is what really completes the look, and then we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I deeply do appreciate it. I'm actually kind of mad with the way the makeup turned out because my face is too red right now. Like, she feeling Oompa Loompa at the moment. But thank you guys so much for watching. I deeply do appreciate it. Like I already said, I have been working on the video. It is going to be so long, y'all. But that's because it's just a lot that I want to express in it. Like, y'all, I'm mad. I look like an Oompa Loompa, gotta. Anyway, we tried our best. Like I said, a lot of these videos that I make of me doing my makeup is me simply learning how to do my makeup. But anyway, like I said, if you guys are interested in my books, the link to those will be down below. If you guys are interested in the sale that I have going on for my shop, the links to that will be down below. Also on my website, I have my blog called The Black Natalie St. Curve, which you can read for free. The link to that will be down below. If you guys are interested in following me on Instagram, because that's the social media platform that I really be on like that now, because Elon Musk has ruined Twitter and I'm never touching TikTok. No. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, night, whatever time of day you chose to watch this video. I'm just thankful that you watched with the ads on. Alright, thank you. Goodbye.